and this is Latte.
Hi, I'm Latte.
And we're here to talk about love. Today we're going to talk about doubts in a relationship.
Doubts in a relationship? That sounds sad. This might be a sad show.
It doesn't have to be. We can make it fun.
How can we make it fun?
I don't know. You're the one who comes up with all the jokes.
Well, I doubt I can joke about doubts.
Why don't you start with how you're feeling right now, and we'll go from there.
Okay, I guess so.
Doubts usually start to occur once you get past all the oohs and the ahs in the beginning, and you both start to get settled into your relationship.
I don't think we've settled into our relationship. We're still oohing and ahhing every night.
I think we've settled quite nicely in our relationship, Latte. And yes, we still can't keep our hands off one another, but that doesn't mean we haven't had doubts.
I've never had doubts.
Never, Latte?
Never. Have you had doubts?
Yes, I have.
Why?
It's natural to have doubts.
Well, I never had doubts.
Well, I doubt that. Why don't we continue this show, and we'll see if you have or haven't had any doubts.
Well, I'm telling you right now, I've never had doubts, and I never will.
Well, we'll see about that.
Yes, you will.
Doubts may begin to arise as you and your partner get to know each other. You may begin to experience arguments and confused feelings. And that's okay. Even Latte and I have had arguments and confused feelings at one time or another.
Yes, we've had arguments, but I'm not sure about confused feelings. Are you saying you were confused with how you felt about me?
I'm sorry, Latte, but yes, I have.
Yeah, I knew this was going to be a sad show. We can make this fun, my ass.
We talk a lot about communication on this channel because it is key to any relationship. At some point, you may begin to experience doubts on whether you or your partner can hold a constructive conversation.
What do you mean by a constructive conversation?
I don't mean talking about the weather, but things like mutual goals, the future, stuff about life.
What kind of stuff?
All kinds of stuff. Are you okay, Latte?
Not really.
What's wrong?
You said you had doubts about us and confused feelings about me.
Well, let's continue with this show, and I'll get to what I meant by that.
Okay.
Cheer up, Latte. I don't feel like that anymore. And it was in the beginning. We're still together a happy 4 years later, and number 5 is coming up. One reason we've been together so long is we're able to talk things out in a constructive manner. And that's something you and your partner have to work on doing, especially if you're having doubts.
That's true.
Another doubt you may experience is whether you think you look good enough for your partner, or whether they might not have the looks you necessarily want.
That sounds shallow.
It does, but we've never had that problem, right, Latte?
I've always loved how you look.
And I've always loved how you looked. The first thing I liked about you were your eyes.
And I liked your eyes as well.
And oh, that ass. I just wanted to take a big bite out of that chocolate behind. Yummy.
Well, you certainly didn't doubt how I looked. And you certainly didn't have a problem when we first got naked.
Oh, no, I didn't. Maybe other girls have doubts about their man's love pump. But baby, you got more than enough.
I do.
But dick size and a round, firm booty shouldn't be everything. Neither should big titties or a warm, juicy mouth. Looks should be a doubt that you reconsider.
Definitely.
Some people may have doubts about whether their partner will get along with their family and friends.
And vice versa.
I know I really wanted Latte to meet my best friend Lollipop, and for her to meet him. But I didn't have any doubts about them getting along because they have so much in common.
I wasn't sure about you meeting my brothers.
See, Latte? There's a doubt.
That's not a doubt. I was sure if you met them, they'd want to fuck you.
Oh, no wonder I haven't met them yet. I wasn't sure about you meeting Lollipop because I was afraid of similar reasons. But when I realized she wasn't your type, I was fine.
No, she's not. You're the only woman for me. No doubts about that.
And you're the only guy for me.
So what did you doubt?
Sometimes people might doubt whether their partner will mix with their lifestyle choices. I wasn't sure if Latte was going to fit in with mine.
Okay, I know what you're going to say.
I'm a vegetarian, and when I met Latte, he loved to eat hot dogs and hamburgers.
Oh boy, did I.
Well, I didn't say anything at first, but we'd go out and I would order something vegetarian. And he would order a big, greasy meat sandwich.
Double the meat, double the cheese, lots of everything else.
After a while, I couldn't stand to watch him fill his face with that smelly stuff.
Oh no, they smelled so good.
I don't even want to think of what it was doing to his insides.
Filling me with delicious goodness.
I had serious doubts whether I could be with Latte long term if he continued to eat meat.
And that's why you were confused about me?
Yes, I knew I was falling in love with Latte, and I wanted to keep dating him, but not if he was going to keep filling his belly with rotting animal flesh.
When you put it that way, yeah, yuck.
I asked Latte if he would consider eating differently, and I can happily say he started to change his diet.
Yeah, no more eating Mrs. Moo Moo and Mr. Oink Oink.
And for 3.5 years, Latte hasn't eaten meat since. I'm so proud of him. I'm glad he's agreed to change his lifestyle to help save the planet and animals with me.
Yeah, I'm green like a string bean.
I'm sure Latte mainly agreed at first because he liked that dome love I was giving him.
Yes, I did.
And I told him that's the only meat that goes in my mouth.
Yes, she did. There ain't any eggs in my mayonnaise.
Well, now that we got my doubts out of the way, let's talk about sex.
Let's talk about you and me. I never doubted anything about us ever having sex.
And why would you? But some people doubt whether their partner will meet their sexual needs.
Unless it's something really kinky, I don't see how people can have a problem.
If you remember, Latte, I told you I like to be spanked sometimes. And you said you didn't want to hurt me, so you wouldn't spank me.
I could never hurt you.
Well, think about all that crazy stuff you wanted me to do. Remember that time at the circus?
Our lawyer said not to mention that.
Well, I'm sure you doubted whether to ask me if I would do that.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No, why would I?
Wow, Latte, you're a special kind of guy. I guess you never doubted anything about us.
I told you I didn't.
So you're saying you knew we'd be together for this long and still as happy?
Yes, I did.
And you thought this back when we first met at that coffee shop?
No, I thought, who just bumped into me?
No, silly. After that, when we first started talking.
Wow, you got some nice big titties.
And what? You thought you'd get into my panties later?
I didn't think you were that type of girl.
But you wanted to?
You bet I did.
But then you thought you wouldn't be able to, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
See? You did have doubts about us.
Wait.
You doubted you could get in my panties. I knew you doubted something. And I knew you wanted to get in my panties. Glad I held out for a month. All you had to do was ask.
What?
That's why, if you have any doubts, you should talk about them with your partner or even your possible partner. Whether it's about friends and family, your looks or their looks, your lifestyle or their lifestyle, or anything to do with sex.
Yeah, because you don't want to go 30 days with blue balls. Man, I wish I hadn't a doubted and just asked.
Well, Latte and I are going to go and make up for that last month we had. But you remember and never have any doubts about this. The first thing is love.
Bye.